first thing you feel is, how does it feel to come down to the floor? And this is partly the understanding of seeing and feeling the unseen, to go deeper into your abilities. So you might even see if during this session that you even can have a vision. And if you work with vision during a yoga session, you may be able to do a little time travel and space travel, and you might be able to then write it down. So you might want to take notes. So first things here, I'm just finding my back and finding my pelvis. It's really about finding all the parts of the body. And each part of the body has different kinds of energy, different purposes, different meanings, and how they come together has different meanings. Drop the knees side to side and just feel it. As you breathe gratitude through the heart, throughout this practice and throughout all your day, consider going back to gratitude. What does gratitude look like, feel like? What is it? How does it manifest as you breathe it? Noticing if you can even imagine it. That's seeing the unseen. Imagination is more important than knowledge. That's one of my favorite quotes from Einstein, and I follow it every day. The imagination takes you to the other realms. The imagination takes you to the unseen, because you imagine the unseen. So gratitude, what's it look like? What's it feel like? Where does it travel in your body? How do you use it? How do you send it? How do you receive it? Then bring the knees to one side and just feel it. Turn the head opposite and just feel it. Still working with gratitude and noticing that you are, within your body is a river. It's a river of liquid that goes from the, tiniest part of your toe to the very top and to a hair follicle. You're working with the ocean, you're working with the rivers, you're working with the streams and the lakes, all within the body. I am the earth. You're not separate from the earth. You are the earth. So if the earth is, filled with the understanding of poisons and sometimes gets overloaded, maybe your body will just reflect that with whatever's going on for yourself. And then the aging process is part of all the different pieces of the earth. And then over to the other side, twisting the body, doing a little wringing out of the spine, knowing that there's the cerebral spinal fluid, knowing that you can imagine the body's always flushing, always moving inside the body. So how do you work with this as you walk through your daily life? In gratitude, even for the hard times, even for the hard physical, emotional, spiritual, intellectual, relational times. All of that is part of I am the earth. You're also the solar system, and you're also the sun. So you're not separate. If there's no sun, there's no people, there's no earth. There's no earth as we know it, at least. And then bring the feet back to center. Pull the knees in. This is always just a sort of a reset. Roll the knees in a circle, connecting that lower body to the upper body as you understand the pelvis. One of the interestingly weakest part of the body, most impossible part of the body to actually rebuild the bone with the osteopenia, osteoporosis type thing. The bones of the arms and legs, easy to rebuild through a protocol, a supplemental protocol. But the pelvis, very hard. So pull the knees in and just honor that connection. Open the knees wide and feel the inner thighs. Roll the ankles, just taking a moment to feel the ankles. Roll one direction and then the other. Meanwhile, for me, I'm speaking, so it's going to be a natural breathing process, but finding your breath. Did you hold your breath? Are you using your breath? How are you using your breath? Lift the head up, look through the center of the legs if you can. If you want to, you can travel, you can take the hands and travel down the legs. And some of you might be able to pull the feet in. You could have the knees apart or the knees together. Either one. I'm working now just with this one because it was in front of me. And then the reclined frog, you can let go of that, squeeze at the pelvic floor, and you first do your first abdominal strengthener. And then bring yourself down and feet flat on the floor. The abdominal strengtheners, it's like going to the center of the earth, to the belly button, you know. That's really pulling the belly button down, squeezing at the pelvic floor. We forget the pelvic floor so much. You know, this should be taught to us when we're young, very young. And so working with that, hands behind the head if the arms go there, but if they don't, then, you know, cross them over your hands to your shoulders and just lift the head. Exhale as you come up. Now you can have the behind the head, and you just blow out as you come up, just a little tiny shoulder lift. Then bring the knees up, feet up. If you want, you can flop the feet down. You don't have to bring them all the way up or at 90 degrees or lengthened out, and you blow out. At your own pace, so it can be very slow. One little one at a time. Inhale, exhale. It can be a longer exhale, but you could slow it down or speed it up. You are creating your own practice through the wisdom of listening to your body as to what it needs and what it can and cannot do. And then hold for a moment. You know, when my hands are behind my head, I feel the strengthening of my arms. So just notice what you feel, and then bring the knees in. Take a deep breath in and out. You can let it out with a sigh. Then today, knee to elbow. You know, this one too, you can have your head down and you're just doing cross crawl on the floor. You want to do cross crawl all the way through the day in different activities, and just notice when you do it and when you don't. So notice when you're walking, even when you're walking in the house, you know. So then you can have your hands behind your head, bring your elbow up to the knee, exhale on each side. The exhale will teach you about how the breath is helping the abdominals. And you can bring the feet up if you haven't. And you can lengthen the legs out if you want, if it works for your body. Then hold on one side, take a breath. Hold on the other side, take a deeper breath. And pull the knees in. Rock yourself up or roll over to the side. Then hands behind you, or whatever you're doing on the recliner. Notice you can still lie down and just knees drop to the floor. Hopping up onto the chair for different things it always works for those people who need to be at any time. Just remember, you can do this in a bed, and you can just, you know, put your feet over the bed or hop onto a chair for some of the other things we do. So this will just be the spinal twist again. So you can do it down, lying down or not. And on a chair, you just turn to the side of the chair, or you do whatever, but you can get a stronger twist sitting on a chair than you can lying down usually. But you can also work with it. So you're just getting the spine really ready, wringing out the spine as you do. Imagine it letting go of anything that's sort of stuck along the spine, stuck in the spinal fluid, and then going all the way around and looking over your shoulder. I'm to the right side, so I'm looking over the right shoulder. You may be to the left. Do whatever works for you. Then look at where you've placed your hands. Do you need fists here? Flat hands? can you look over and keep your eyes going around and then do a little DMER, not DMER. Oh. And keep the eyes open and switch them back and forth, back and forth. And then back to center. Breathing and back to here, back to center. So coming across on the knee. Now you can do this on the chair just by moving your spine, finding a way to move your spine. Moving a spine in an up and down position, or moving the spine in a twisted position, which was what we're doing here. And then change directions. Breathing with it. And then reach up out of the core of the body and reach up tall. Come down to the elbow and lift the back leg. You can come down to the arm. You can come to the elbow. You can be up on your hands. And if you're on a chair, find a way, or actually down on the recliner, you can usually be on your side or on a bed, and you can do this. You can lift. You can have even a pillow under your head or your arm, and then kick out and back a little harder, but you can do it still on a recliner and on the floor. And on the bed. And then bring yourself up and bring that leg out front, lift the arms up and fold over. So first stretch here. And again, you can always have, a strap available to do that stretch. You can always be lying down on your back and, have the strap and do the leg stretch series. There's all sorts of ways to stretch the back of the leg, and it's a necessary thing to do, so feel it, see what's there for you. And we'll be doing a lot more of that. So we'll let go of that. And again, loosening the pelvis, feeling the pelvis, it's a tender place. So feel the pelvis. Also know that this work we do, come to the other side, all cerebral spinal fluid. And again, I encourage you to study it, see and understand what is that. And then swinging around and sort of the body, both in motion and stillness, is really important to practice. And then around and look over the shoulder. Keep the eyes going all the way around. Feel the stretch. Breathe into it. See if you can feel the breath in the stretch. And then back around. 2, dive over the knee, or just do some kind of movement with the spine. Doing it in the twisted position is a slightly different experience, but you still get the spine moving. And our spine wants to move in so many different directions that practicing it in different ways, like this one on the floor, and then cat-cow is another one just up and down, that's a little easier. And then change directions. Notice also you're strengthening the arms if you haven't done that yet. And today, I know Deb always joins me with the weights. I just take 5-pound weights, and I've gotten really used to them. Today, so there's certain things I can only do with 5 pounds, but then today I decided maybe I'll try something more, just to see if I can do it. And then lift up. And breathe for a moment, lifting up out of the crown of the head. Then come down on the elbow and find kicking forward and back. I don't think I did this one on the other side. I get lost a little bit. I think I just lifted. Yeah. Lift. You're working with that. Sometimes I can feel a little bit of a clicking in part of my pelvis here. And that's a tendon or ligament that's not, no, it's really a tendon that it's rolling over. And I didn't do this one on the other side, I don't think, but sometimes, again, I lose a little track. but it's a good one. And you can be down on your elbow. You can be up on your hands. And then swing around and you're just up and you lengthen the spine to fold over. Sometimes on one side, it's even a little bit better for me to hop up on a cushion. It tilts my pelvis forward. And I kind of like the strap idea. So, holding onto the strap and feeling it. The other side, this is my knee that has a little trouble. So there's always bringing a block to support yourself and knowing what you need. The blocks, the push-up bars, the weights, the straps, so much equipment. Ah. And so we'll be playing with stretching our legs more. And then to the hands and knees, or hop up onto that chair again if you're not there, to then do just the simple up and down. So it's very, simple and breathing. Hold for a moment in one direction. And remember, I always take you back to remembering that you're light. If you're remembering your light, then perhaps you're going to realize that, yes, you have a shining field of light around you, and that when you move, you bend the light. And down, you are also like a, so you can consider, concave and convex mirrors and lenses, and you can think of yourself more like that, more translucent than solid. And what is solid anyway? If you could see the solids and you could see the organization of the cells or the atoms, and then pause. Come back into child and a little bit of a stretch there. Just notice what it is working for you and not. You can have your knees far apart, or you could fold right over a chair. So you just fold over on the chair and you can have your knees together. You have to decide what's right for those knees. And then back up and into upward dog. And you're just going to hold for a moment. You feel what's going on here, different kind of back bend. And if it's not good for you here, go down to your elbows and go to Sphinx. Not Sphinx, Sphinx. Yeah, that's Sphinx. And then I like to think of the Sphinx in the desert there. And then tuck the toes behind you, or come back to downward dog, tuck the toes and come up. And do a little heel walk here, one heel down at a time, with a breath perhaps, or if you like the feeling of both heels down, just see what happens to the spine. If you put both heels down, can you still keep a nice straight spine? I have to bend my knees a little bit, and I'm up on my forefoot. Yep. Then walk yourself up when you're ready and hang over, either elbows on the knees or hands above the knee, or ragdoll down to the floor, or on a block. You could always have the blocks to hold on to. So you've got lots of options to match up with your special body. Then bend the knees to bring yourself, press into the feet, bring yourself up and up, and up and down. Shake it out. Breathe. Let's see. Let's do this a little bit. Okay. All right. So half sun salutation. Here we go. Hands at our heart. Inhale down and up and back. Exhale down. Inhale, straight legs, flat back, look up. Exhale down. Inhale up and back and to your heart. Again, standing or on a chair, you can still find your way with the sun salutation. Inhale down and up and back. Swan dive down, bend the knees. Exhale, straight legs, flat back, look up. Exhale down. Inhale up and back and to your heart. So the Dancing Warrior series today, and we'll see if we connect the two with after we do one of the Warrior series. So working with, again, step the right foot back, and you can always be sitting on a chair, on half the chair to do this. You don't have to be standing. So you find that how far away do your feet need to be? Is the back foot turned just a little bit so that you get a little bit more stability, and just practice that for a moment. And then hands start at the heart. And then Warrior One, Virabhadrasana 1. Okay, I am here and I am ready. I'm ready for it all. I'm Sata Nama. I'm ready for birth, life, death, rebirth. I'm ready for the daily or the momentary birth, life, death, rebirth. All of that is here. Virabhadrasana 1, the virtuous hero within you, the one that wants to help other people, the one that wants to do something that's going to be helpful. Then straighten the front leg, arms come behind you, and you look up first, and then you decide, do I want to go further, and look down. This is another stretch for the back of the leg. If you're at a wall or a chair, really nice stretch with the arms out to the wall or chair. Then bend the knee and you're back up. Right arm, left arm down, left knee, right arm back. Now this is one of the postures that you do the same arm, the same knee, and the same arm back. And you're looking at that. Now, if the back shoulder doesn't want to do this, hand on the waist. Just work your body as it's supposed to work. And again, you can have that hand on the waist. It's a nice support for the next posture, which is to look up, and remember, you are the sky. Everything else is the weather. You're actually the whole earth, and you're actually the sun, the earth, and the solar system. Now, really, how can we even put that all together, huh? And then the hand comes down on your knee and you come look to the side, or you go down on your elbow, or you go down on your hand, and you just get a new perspective on it all. And this little body that goes and does helpful things for yourself and others, and your little place on the earth doing what you're doing, and get a new perspective. It may be one of like, I am light, and therefore I walk through the world as a light being. And then back up. Meanwhile, you're strengthening arms. Then five-pointed star. And I send my light out. And the belly button, we're the center of the universe here. Where we're the sun shining out. We are also the flower of life. And then to warrior goddess. Virabhadrasana, goddess, the part of it that's the open heart, open hands, that all men and women have the male, female within them. So this is one of the few yoga practices that really points that out. So here I am. And here I am with my heart wide open and my hands wide open, ready to create. Then five-pointed star again. And then you go to the other side. Now you can just turn to the other side like I could, or you can step forward and step the opposite foot back. Yes. I just had to figure out, is that the opposite foot. Okay, so then again, here we are. Virabhadrasana 1. Straighten the front leg, arms come behind you, look up or look down. And again, your hands can come down if it feels better on your body, or they can be on a chair or a table or a bed or a couch, whatever is working best for you. Don't forget to breathe. And then bend that knee up in your back. Past, present, and future in Virabhadrasana 2. Past, present, and future all happening at the same time, because there's really no separation. I mean, it's all kind of the human mind construct of how we made sense of everything to separate things, but it's all one big, sparkly, amazing, shining light. And then look up, the sky, and you're the ocean too. Everything else is the wave. Those are just two metaphors. You could find a lot more. And then down and look to the side, or elbow comes down, or hand comes down. And you're going to see my backside now. Get a new perspective on it all and back up. And then 5-pointed star, I'm going to turn myself around just to show you what the next piece is to drop the arms, bend the knees, and come down and get the upside down perspective. Now you can put your elbows on your knees and you can look down through your legs and see the upside down. You could put your hands on a chair, do the same thing, or a stool. You can put your hands actually on the knees, the elbows on the knees, or you can put your hands on the floor. And you can work with stretching the inner thighs with the elbows on the knees or the hands on the knees by straightening out one leg and then the other. And first just, get them feeling what that is, and then hold. And again, you can have your hands down. You can look underneath, let the head and neck just bobble down so you're seeing the upside down perspective. And still, you can stretch the legs here, your inner thighs, like the leg stretch series we do with the strap. You can do it all in a lot of different ways. This is the one with the inner thighs. And do it for yourself. See how long you want to stay on one side and breathe for a moment. And then, switch sides. Maybe you'll want to go up to putting the elbows on the knees. Stretching it out. Feels pretty good. Haven't done this in a while. And then back to center. Straighten the legs and you're back in 5-pointed star. Then step the feet together and bring your hands down. Shake it out. Our time goes so fast. It's already almost 1:15. Okay, let's see. A little bit of ha breath today. Instead of breath of joy, which we've done a lot, and you know that one. And if you'd rather do that one, that's fine. You're on your own. But the ha breath is the end of that breath of joy. And the ha breath is one of these powerful breaths where you really, and make a sound. And it's sort of like letting go of the stuff that's kind of gets into your heart area, your heart chakra, your throat chakra, where it gets sort of stuck in a space that you want to move it and you want to get it out. So you just consider that you're really cleansing the body of some of the emotional things that you don't really need. So you inhale. No, you inhale, your arms go up, and it's ha, 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 ha. Last time. Ha. And then hook up, because it can make you dizzy. So that's an energy medicine hookup, third finger in the belly button, third finger to third eye. So wonderful. Okay. So then close your eyes for a moment and feel your feet. Feel the feet. Go forward and back, kind of on your forefoot, back to the heel, and just just be there in this place of, okay, I'm feeling my feet. I'm coming a little bit up on my toes, but not all the way. I'm coming to my heels, and then get really firm there. Then open your eyes, focus on something not moving, and come onto one foot. Now you have a lot of options here. You can go to tree, toe can be on the floor, and you can, do that. You can bring the toe up. Focus, attention, concentration is the key. Your hands can be just about anywhere, hands on the waist, at the heart, above your head, and you can be holding on to something. You're still practicing a balance. And what we're working with is, how do we balance when there's a part of ourselves that might be not synchronistically the same? So we're unbalanced weight here, but we're balanced, unbalanced because I've got a different kind of form. Can my hands go heart out, above my head, at my waist? Look at something not moving. So don't look at me. And then change sides, get onto the other side. And this is just get to the practice first of balance. And then this transforms or translates into balance within our life. Knowing when something's heavier on one side or out, it's not going to be in the same plane, you might say. It's in some different level, that's some different plane. And you might have one side of the body stronger than the other, which is also metaphorical. Some skills that you have that are stronger than the other. And then balance maybe have to be done in your imagination, in the physical body. And you can imagine yourself or hold on to something and let that help you, which is always a metaphor for hold on to something, and that can be another person too, to stay balanced in your life. And then go to another posture. This one we've been practicing with the leg up and the fingers together, but you can have your toe on a block, a chair, a stool. You don't have to balance alone. There's always a way to help bring balance into your life, and you can teach others the same. Breathing, relaxing, being, and then letting go. Other side, get there first. I jiggle my body, I get into that foot, and then I bring the other one up. Maybe it goes on a block or the floor first. Shoulders are down, you're not lifting them up. Breathing, not holding the breath. And then down. Shake it out. Keep shaking for a moment. Make sure you're shaking the buttocks, the legs, everything you can. And then for the arms. Okay, again, you could be worn out by now. You might sit down. But if you're not, then take the right arm and bring it up, the left arm and bring it over. Some people get here. Other people get back to back for their hands, and other people can twist their hands around and clap. And so you want to bring the shoulder blades, you want to stretch the scapula apart, in the back. And you want to see how well your shoulder does here. But don't force it for those of you with shoulder injuries. And then do a little tiny circle. And a little tiny circle the other way. And then take the right foot and just bring it over the left. There's another balancing posture. Hands are right in front of my face. My thumb is touching my nose practically. And just see if you can bring it up. Some people can wrap it around the back of the other leg, and you're balancing. And then let that go. Then the right arm up, left arm under. Check it out. Are you back to back with your hands? Are you twisted around? Can you do little circles? Can you feel what's going on there? And then bring the toe over to the other side and then lift it up if you can. And so you're sort of balancing, and lift it up off the floor, breathing. Balancing if you can. And then undo. Shake out the arms. Bring the arms behind you. Now, if you can't bring the hands together, lacing the fingers. That's where you grab a strap. You want to work with, can I open my shoulders this way? Now, where does the head go? Can you bring the head up? Pull it at the belly button. You might find that as you lift the chest up and bring your shoulders around, you can stand a little taller and maybe your arms will work a little different. The strap definitely gives you a different kind of feeling, like you've got more freedom. Then bend the knees and look up, either flat back, look up, or drop your head down with your arms above your head. Strap or no strap. Take a breath. Now you can do this in the chair, holding on to the rungs of a chair, or just sitting forward and putting your hands behind you. Then press into the feet and come up and release the shoulders. Just see how they feel. Notice you can just come here and that will open up the shoulders. And if they are having a little trouble for whatever reason, it's nice to just take some time and pull in at the belly button, stand as tall as you can, and actually walk around this way. It gives you a sense of what posture can be. If we could walk this way, walk tall all the time. And then shoulders forward, shoulders back. Now, what's really a nice thing to do if your body does this, okay, is to keep the range of motion in your shoulders, even if they hurt. So this is, called the windmill. You can widen your feet, or you can just have your feet together, and it's like a windmill. Other direction. It does challenge the shoulders in different ways. Maybe the body will do a little twisting. However it is, you want to keep that range of motion. Maybe your elbows need to be bent in order to do this. So you want to just, how can I keep the range of motion in the shoulders and work that? Then the head and neck, drop the chin down to your chest. Feel the weight of the head and the stretch of the back of the neck. And then roll it over to one side. Feel what goes on there. There's a lot that goes on in that neck. Give it a little extra weight if you want. My head's going to the right. You can use the right or the left. And then to the other side. You want to feel it. You want to know it's there. Do you need to massage it a little bit? What's going on there that's causing the little bit of discomfort or variety of discomfort? I know for me, I have miscellaneous tears in one side, in one of my shoulders, so I'm going to feel it. And they've been, I've had them repaired once, but I don't really want to go through that if I don't have to. So I'm living with it. Okay. Then come back down to the floor. I see we have 6 minutes, but it's going to be a little bit longer. So it'll be about 5 minutes, at least 5 minutes longer. Drop the chin to the chest, roll down and step back. Stretch the legs a little bit. And then come down all the way down to the elbows. Into Sphinx. Then decide if you can do the cerebral spinal fluid balancer on the front surface. Come down as far as you can. Working with that a little bit. And then find your way to coming over. Decide if you want to do a last posture. I suggest either modified shoulder stand, or if you want to join me with reclined goddess. I like to do this because it's a different kind of stretch for my back, and it's just feels like the right thing to do. Now, a lot of people would say, no, you just want to go to Shavasana. You just want to go to totally neutral. We'll do that for a short time also, and you can stay as long as you want in that position. But right before that, I'd like to just spend a little time in whatever closing posture you would like, or the one that is just neutral for you. And I'd like to bring the concept forward that I am pure, loving awareness. It's sort of a mantra. I am pure, loving awareness. And I learned this from Ram Dass, years ago. But my women's group is reading Walking Each Other Home, Ram Dass's book that he wrote with his partner when he was in the last years of his life, where everything became even more clear to him of what it truly is, of how I am loving awareness. Pure. Yeah, yes, he uses the word pure. I'm pure, loving awareness. Whatever position you're in, feel the relaxation and start to feel gravity pull at your body in whatever way that it's available to you. I can even feel the weight of my cheeks. If I relax my face, I can feel the weight of that part of my face. So you might do a little body scan and notice where gravity is pulling and how the body is situated, however you've decided to put it. Now, what we do here in a guided experience is, how do you take it into the world? Maybe in moments where all of a sudden you go, okay, I'm going to feel the gravity right now. Remember that I am, that I am. I am my I am presence, and I'm at one with all that is. I am pure loving awareness. We have to practically brainwash ourselves of the whole history of what we've been taught. So we're working with that in the spiritual realm to know that we have this part of ourselves that's spiritually oriented. And you can imagine, you can use the imagination. I am the earth, I am light, I am pure, loving awareness. I am that I am. I am my I am presence. And I'm one with all that is. And go back to sparkling gratitude and see your body light up. See your body shimmer outside the skin. You might see multicolors and forms that move and shift around the aura of your body. Walk through the world as light that shines upon everything, as pure loving awareness. Continue to relax. If you're in a position, come down to Shavasana for a moment. I'm going to take the cushion out and come all the way down. And just take a moment of Shavasana. Let the body resettle with the gravity. Notice where the body touches the floor and where it doesn't. Notice sounds and smells and the feeling of air on your skin. Breathe, relax, feel, witness yourself and allow. And then sparkle yourself with gratitude so that you also sparkle yourself with joy. So enjoy the moment. Notice that you can let go to gravity a little bit further. Get heavy. Gravity will help teach you your connection to the center of the earth and all of the earth. One humanity, all over the earth. See us all as flowers of life that are all connected by the vortices of this multi-dimensional geometric symbol. You can draw it, and you can draw it to look three-dimensional. But there's very few places on the planet that have a three-dimensional form of it, but there are places that have sculptures of it in 3 dimensions. Flower of life. Then bring your hands together at prayer position, universal prayer position that brings all beings together. Peace, shalom, salam, pak shanti, pache mir, maluhia, freedom, hang sang. May we all have peace, and may what we do here go out onto the world and make more peace. And then release. Then take your time. There's no need to move. You can join me if you want. I'm going to roll over to one side and feel gravity. Feel gravity come to that one side. Notice what happens with the shift. Let the body settle in. And then up to mermaid position. And you can see, you can feel at the very finest level as you tune yourself to it, you can feel the water in your body shift. Since you're 85% water. And you may even get a little dizzy when you move and come up. That's why we don't come up very fast. But you want to feel, you can feel that little bit of swirl, and then you can balance it. You can work with the body, mind, spirit, and balance it up to the hands and knees. Taking a deep breath in, feeling those shift of weight, honoring the four-leggeds as all is one, honoring the two-leggeds of all the two-leggeds, including us, but the birds are also all the different beings that have different kinds of legs.